If I asked you who is the best Fortnite player of all time, you'd probably say Peterbot, and that would make sense. He just won the global championship along with back-to-back FNCS wins. But what if I told you there's someone else out there that's even better? I analyzed 8 of the best Fortnite players of all time using a scoring system that ranks them against Peterbot. So today we'll reveal the top players from worst to best, and at the end we'll find the player who is really better than Peterbot. But before we dive in, here's how the scoring system will work. Each player is rated out of 20 points, split across 2 main areas, playstyle and achievements. Playstyle out of 10 points is all about how they perform in-game, their skill, strategy, and consistency. For example, a player who consistently dominates high-stakes situations and adapts well under pressure will score higher in playstyle. This includes qualities like aggression, control over high ground, clutch potential, and mechanics. Achievements out of 10 points measure what they've accomplished in Fortnite's competitive scene. We look at FNCS titles, tournament wins, high placements, and overall consistency. Players with major titles or historic wins, like the FNCS Championships or the Fortnite World Cup, score even higher. So now that we have the scoring down, let's begin with someone we all know, Clix. He's known for being one of the most aggressive and skilled players in Fortnite. Clix has a flashy, high-risk playstyle, which means he's always pushing into close-range fights and making quick moves with his edits and builds. His speed and skill let him surprise his opponents, which make him super exciting to watch. Clix's confidence makes his Twitch viewers love him, as he's always taking risks and pulling off big plays that other players might not. But Clix's risky style isn't always perfect for tournaments. His results can be inconsistent because he focuses on big plays instead of playing them safely. So sometimes he places high, but other times he's out early. This all-in style makes him stand out, but it can also make it harder for him to place consistently at the top. As for his achievements, Clix has a pretty strong record in competitive Fortnite, like finishing 11th in the Global Championship this year. However, most importantly, he hasn't won an FNCS title yet. He's often in the top 5 of FNCS events, showing he can keep up with the best players. It is a lot harder for him as he has to balance streaming and competing, but Clix has managed to stay competitive while also entertaining a huge audience. However, his focus on high-risk moves and his tendency to switch teammates have held him back from securing that first place finish. Clix came closest to an FNCS win in Major 3 of 2024, where he and his duo partner Veno finished in 4th place. They didn't make it to the podium, but this was the best performance in years and showed he has what it takes to win if he stays focused on competition. But without an FNCS title, there's a gap in his record that keeps him from being in the absolute top tier of Fortnite players. So here's how he scores. For playstyle, Clix gets a 7 out of 10. He's bold, fast, and fun to watch, but his risky moves means that he doesn't always place well in tournaments. For achievements, he scores a 5 out of 10. He is highly ranked and has a big fan base, but without an FNCS win, he's still a step away from the top. So altogether, Clix scores a 12 out of 20, a talented and exciting player who still has room to reach his full potential. Although Clix isn't an FNCS winner like our next player is. Cold has built a reputation as one of the calmest and most clutch players in Fortnite. He's known for staying cool under pressure, especially in those intense endgame moments when every move counts. Cold's playstyle is all about patience and timing. Instead of rushing in, he waits for the perfect moment to strike, which lets him make big plays when people least expect it. Some of his clutches have been insane. In tournaments, it almost seems like he plays better when his teammates are down. Cold's achievements show just how far he's come in the competitive scene. Teaming up with Acorn, he won his first FNCS title in Chapter 4 Season 1. This was a huge milestone for Cold, proving he could compete with the best and giving him and Acorn a spot in the FNCS Global Championship, where he finished in a massive 7th place. In 2023, Cold and Acorn kept up their strong performances, placing high in FNCS events and other tournaments. Even with the North American region merge, where NA East and NA West combined into one region, Cold adapted and stayed competitive. This is where he won Major 1 in 2024. Off the back of this, he would then go on to finish 26th in the 2024 World Championship. So, how did Cold score? Well, for playstyle, he earns an 8 out of 10. His calm, clutch approach makes him strong in high-pressure moments, and he's great at striking when it matters most. For achievements, he gets an 8 out of 10 because he's won an FNCS title and continues to place high in big tournaments. That gives Cold a total score of 16 out of 20, showing he's one of the best out there, especially when the pressure's on. However, there's a player out there whose playstyle is just far better. ThomasHD is known for his amazing aim, especially with long-range weapons like sniper rifles and assault rifles. His playstyle is all about patience and precision. Instead of jumping into fights right away, he will wait for days, waiting for the perfect moment to take a shot, usually from a high ground position. This lets him control the field and land some key hits that can turn the tide of any game. And when it comes to long-range engagements, he's arguably the best player ever. In terms of achievements, ThomasHD has a really strong record. Almost every single time ThomasHD has finished in the top 3 in FNCS events. However, there is one small thing missing from his record, and that is an FNCS title. His closest finish has been only 2nd, where he's done it a few times. Despite this, ThomasHD's standout performance by far was coming 2nd in the 2024 Global Championships with Queasy. But how does he score? Well, for playstyle, he gets a 9 out of 10. His precision and ability to control fights from a distance makes him a huge threat, especially with sniper weapons. For achievements, he scores a 7 out of 10. He's placed in the top ranks many times and is extremely consistent with his finishes, but he still hasn't won an FNCS. Altogether, ThomasHD has a total score of 16 out of 20. He may not be an FNCS winner, but our next player is an FNCS master. TaySon is one of the most accomplished players in Fortnite. TaySon is known for his fearless, aggressive playstyle. His confidence and control are one of the best I've ever seen. He's all about taking control of fights, always going for high ground, and applying insane pressure on his opponents. His reflexes and excellent game sense allow him to dominate late game situations where his confident clutch abilities shine. TaySon's playstyle is bold, and he's a player who isn't afraid to take risks if it means securing eliminations and pushing the pace of the game. When it comes to achievements, he's won 5 FNCS titles across different game modes, including solos, duos, and trios, which highlights how skillful and versatile he is. TaySon's success isn't just limited to FNCS though. He's performed well in Cash Cups and other big tournaments. One of the big standout performances though was at the FNCS Grand Royale in Chapter 2 Season 8, where he took home $200,000 in prize money, which was his biggest single tournament payout. He also did insanely well in the Solo All-Star Showdown, which shows he is one of the best solos too. But there is an issue. TaySon has faced some challenges in his recent tournaments, which might just drop him out of the greatest conversation. Here's how TaySon scores. For playstyle, he gets an 8 out of 10. His aggressive approach keeps opponents on edge and gives him control in fights, but sometimes it leads to risky plays. For achievements, he scores a perfect 10 out of 10. With 5 FNCS titles, TaySon has one of the most impressive records in Fortnite. Altogether, TaySon scores an 18 out of 20, solidifying his place as one of Fortnite's all-time greats. However, our next player has been a lot more more consistent as of late. Veno is one of the most skilled and strategic players in Fortnite. His playstyle combines aggressive fighting with smart positioning. He is a master at controlling the high ground, maybe even the best, with this skill that lets him dictate the flow of the matches and keep the upper hand in fights. His mechanics are really sharp too, and he adapts really quickly, making him a strong competitor whether he's playing solo or with a duo. However, Veno's journey to the top wasn't easy. Early in his career, he faced a ton of setbacks, including a permanent account ban for account sharing. But he didn't let that stop him. He made a comeback during the solo all-star showdown, where he placed second and earned over $120,000. This was a big moment for Veno, putting him on the map as a serious competitor in Fortnite. Since then, Veno has teamed up with some of the best players in the game, like Queasy, forming one of Europe's strongest duos ever. Their most impressive performance was in FNCS Chapter 4 Season 2, where they dominated the grand finals by winning 6 of the first 8 games, which is just unheard of. They used Veno's high ground strategy that led them to a record-breaking win, as well as an easy FNCS title. This victory established Veno as a top-tier player. In 2023, Veno then moved to the North American region and teamed up with Clix. Together in the finals of FNCS, they were so close to winning, even taking the lead on day 1, but ultimately coming first, dropping his achievement score. Veno's goal for the season is to help Clix win his first FNCS title, showing his commitment to supporting his teammates as well as his drive to keep winning. So, how does Veno score? Well, for playstyle, he earns a 9 out of 10. He is a master of high ground and knows how to control fights, making him a strong and reliable player. For achievements, he also gets a 9 out of 10. He's won an FNCS title and has consistently placed high in other tournaments. With a total score of 18 out of 20, Veno is one of Fortnite's top players, but what if I told you his teammate was even better? Queasy is known as one of the smartest players in Fortnite. His playstyle is all about strategic positioning, high ground control, and in-game leadership or IGL skills. Queasy is insane at controlling the pace of a match. He is just the best at it. In endgame situations, his quick decision making and map awareness really help him stay one step ahead of his opponents. So once he secures the high ground, Queasy can easily direct the flow of the game, making sure he wins every time. Queasy has a strong track record, especially in European FNCS events. His breakthrough came when he started teaming up with other top players and securing multiple FNCS titles. One of his most notable partnerships has been with Veno, like we mentioned. Together, they dominated the FNCS Chapter 4 Season 2 Grand Finals, winning 6 of the first 8 games on the first day. Their high ground strategy was so effective that they could have skipped the final 4 games and still won by a large margin. But Queasy's achievements don't stop there. He's also consistently placed high in solo and duo cash cups and performed well in other big events. Queasy's big achievement though was with ThomasHD in the 2024 Global Championship when they would finish second. So for Queasy's playstyle, he gets a 9 out of 10. His game sense, leadership, and control over high ground allow him to keep opponents off balance and stay in control. For achievements, he also scores 9 out of 10 thanks to his FNCS titles, his global championship performance, and consistently high placements in major events. Overall, Queasy scores 18 out of 20, making him one of the smartest players in Fortnite, always playing a step ahead of the competition. But now things get serious. Who is really better than Peterbot? Bugha is one of the most famous Fortnite players ever. He is known for his calm, controlled playstyle and his ability to make smart decisions under pressure. His gameplay focuses on controlling high ground, managing resources well, and making strategic rotations. Bugha is also so quick, He has some of the fastest edits I've ever seen. His ability to read his opponents and stay one step ahead have made him one of the most consistent players in Fortnite. Bugha's biggest achievements, and one that made him a household name, was his win at the 2019 Fortnite World Cup Solo Finals. In this legendary performance, Bugha took control from the very first game and ended up winning with a massive 26-point lead, taking home the $3 million prize. This win not only made him a celebrity in the Fortnite community, but also set a high standard for competitive play at that time, where he was just the greatest. But Bugha's success didn't stop there. He went on to win multiple FNCS titles across different formats. In FNCS Chapter 2 Season 8, he and his teammates Mero and Muzz took first place in the Trio Grand Finals. Then in FNCS Grand Royale 2021, Bugha teamed up with Mero and Dukes, winning another FNCS title. When the game mode shifted to duos, Bugha continued to shine, winning FNCS Chapter 3 Season 1 with Mero as his partner. Besides these major wins, Bugha has consistently placed high in solo and duo cash cups, and he's still a very strong competitor in the FNCS events. But recently, he hasn't been as good as he used to be. Other players have just started to overtake him. So here is how Bugha scores. For his playstyle, he gets a 9 out of 10. His calm, controlled approach makes him really tough to beat, no matter the game mode. For achievements, he scores a 9 out of 10. With his Fortnite World Cup win and multiple FNCS titles, Bugha is undeniably one of the top players. But with his recent performances, I just can't give him a 10. His total score is 18 out of 20, proving he's a superstar in Fortnite with both the skills and achievements to back it up. But there is still someone better than him, Mero. Mero is known as the best controller player in Fortnite with insane skill in close range combat. His playstyle focuses on using the strengths of a controller to dominate close range fights. Mero is nearly unstoppable with shotguns and SMGs, and he knows exactly when to push into fights to maximize his chances of winning. Unlike some aggressive players, Mero doesn't just rush in recklessly. He balances his aggression with smart positioning and picks his fights carefully. When it comes to achievements, Mero's record is incredible. He has won 6 FNCS titles, which ties him to the most FNCS wins in Fortnite history. Mero first made a name for himself in trios, playing alongside Reverse 2K and Day, where they became one of the most feared teams in North America. Later, he teamed up with Bugha, and the two continued to dominate, especially in duos. But Mero's recent victory at the 2023 FNCS Global Championship with his new partner Cooper solidified his reputation even further. So what's his score? For playstyle, he earns a perfect 10 out of 10. His close range skills and being calm under pressure make him a nightmare for opponents. For achievements, he also scores a 10 out of 10. With 6 FNCS titles and a recent FNCS Global Championship win, Mero has one of the best records in Fortnite history. That makes Mero's total score 20 out of 20, proving he's a true legend with both skill and success on his side. So does that make him better than Peterbot? Peterbot has risen to the top of Fortnite's competitive scene, supposedly holding the title of the greatest player of all time with his recent victory at the FNCS Global Championship. In a packed stadium in Fort Worth, Texas, he and his duo partner Pollo dominated one of the most stacked tournaments in history, competing against legendary players like Clix, Bugha, ThomasHD, and Queasy. With a $2 million prize on the line, Peterbot's skill, strategy, and confidence made him unstoppable. Peterbot has even completed the perfect season where he won 4 out of 4 duo cash cups. Then he went on to win that FNCS, followed up by a back-to-back FNCS win. Peterbot's playstyle combines the aggression of players like TaySon with the precision of ThomasHD. Known for his fearless close-range combat, Peterbot controls fights with his quick edits, precise aim, and aggressive positioning. And much like TaySon, he thrives under pressure. But what sets Peterbot apart is his ability to make clutch plays even as a solo. When it comes to achievements, Peterbot's recent win at the FNCS Global Championship puts him in the same league as Bugha and Mero. While Bugha became a legend with his Fortnite World Cup victory and Mero sets records with 6 FNCS titles, Peterbot's dominance at the Global Championship shows he's ready to join the ranks of Fortnite's all-time greats. And so, what's his score? Peterbot's playstyle earns a 10 out of 10 for his blend of aggression, precision, and strategic awareness, making him one of the most feared players in the game. For achievements, he also scores a 10 out of 10 with his FNCS Global Championship win, cementing his status as the current top player in Fortnite. With a total score of 20 out of 20, is he the best player of all time? I would say not yet. Give him a year, he needs a few more seasons of dominance to where we can finally call him the greatest of all time. Let me know what you think. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you around next time.